1, 5. Here, let's go a little faster. 2, 5. You got it? Singing the notes helps. 1, 5. 1, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5. 1, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5. 4, 5, 2, 5. Sorry to mess you up. 1, 5, 2, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5, 2, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. You got that part down.
I'm ready for it.
1, 5. 1, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5. 1, 5, 2, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5.
My name is Jesse Cohen, Jesse-Cohen.
Okay. Jesse, first tell us your musical background before you came here tonight.
I had some piano lessons back when I was 14 for probably 2 years off and on. I never learned how to read music. It was all pretty much just playing it until I could memorize it and then occasionally impressing friends here and there or impressing myself, but I never learned how to read, or it was just memorization.
Why did you study piano? Was it something that you wanted to do or your parents wanted you to do? Or?
Yeah, it was, you need to learn a musical instrument, so I thought piano sounded...
My parents told me I needed to learn, because I don't have his questions in here.
Oh,
So.
okay. My parents told me I needed to learn piano or a musical instrument, and I thought piano was a great choice.
Okay, and then did you beg to be released? Or you just
No, I actually, I don't even know what happened. I wish I did. It was, I just stopped, and I was always sad that I did. I was always telling myself I'm going to go back and take lessons again or something, and I never have. This is.
What were your lessons like?
I even told my piano teacher, I was like, I'm not interested in reading. Will you just kind of teach me how it goes? And she was willing, and I was happy about it because I just wanted to sound good. I just wanted to be able to look what I can do, and that was the thrill of it.
And why didn't you want to read?
It looked like the most complex, hard thing ever. I would try to do it, and I would get so frustrated because I wanted to pick it up and I could play it, and I couldn't read it, and I felt embarrassed, and eventually I just didn't want to do it. I associated so much pain with even reading music that I just completely avoided it.
Interesting. It's very common. All right. So then tonight, what did you know? What did you see about the program before you got here?
I got to YouTube a couple of videos. I saw a child with extreme intellectual disabilities play, I think, something more advanced than even I played on the computer, and I was just blown away. I couldn't believe it. It seemed so good to be true. How can something so wonderful exist? And I just had to come and see it myself, and just further blown away.
And then when we asked for volunteers, you had seen someone do it, right?
Yeah.
And then you sat down, and because you'd had a couple of years in the past, maybe how long ago?
A decade.
A decade ago. Okay. So 10 years ago, you had played it, but I felt that you might have enough sense of the piano, and so I gave you a pretty advanced piece. When I first showed that to you, and when you first played it, can you share with me kind of each level, what you felt and what you thought?
Well, like I said, I had played Guitar Hero before, and so the first level with the colors and scrolling down, it felt exactly the same. The only difference, obviously, is that just the circles, and there's actually the turtles that I did. And then as it got more progressive, as it turned sideways, that's actually where it got a little complicated, but it wasn't as hard as I thought, because you start to notice the spacing and I can't even describe how my brain put it together, but somehow I wasn't turning my head or anything like that. It was flowing. And singing the notes along helped. That actually, I never done that before. That actually really gets it in your body, and I feel like I I could play it again maybe, or
And so describe for people who didn't see what you did. Tell them what you saw, what you did, and what you ended up with.
well, I started off not knowing any of the notes, just seeing turtles coming up and trying to match the same colors. And then I started to sing the letterings, and that started to go along, and then it tilted sideways, and it looked more like, I guess, a scale or musical notes, but it was still really fun. And then it got to that point, and even I couldn't believe that I was looking at music. I had to re-look at it because it still felt like a game. It didn't feel, but then I got like 97%, and I still don't know how I did that.
And then we took you off the game, and we told you the sheet music. And the sheet music didn't actually correlate exactly. Can you tell about the translation from the jump from the game to the sheet music?
That was actually probably the hardest jump for me, possibly because
Can you say what that was? 'Cause they won't
the jump from going to the video game to the sheet music was particularly the hardest point, possibly for me just because I have those bad memories. I have that negative association with looking at music. But once you start to the finger notes and seeing the numbers and remembering it, it just comes back to you, and it's hard. It becomes part of you almost. Like it. I wasn't exactly reading it, and I wasn't exactly feeling it, but I was doing it. It's really hard to explain.
And then we went back to the game, and we took away even the fingerings. And so explain at least what it felt like when you were there with no colors, no fingerings, just reading the notation. And please introduce that part of it. So that
When I was doing the fingering and notations without the colors, it was a little intimidating at first, but then it's it eventually becomes the spatial aspect of it. You, without even thinking about it, you notice just kind of how far apart notes are, and the notes, I wish I could explain it better. It was that,
No, I get it.
it was that,
It's that subconscious.
yeah, I wish I had more words.
No, it's okay. At the end, do you feel that this is something you could take and learn more music with?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like you said, everyone has that song or songs that they've always wanted to play, their favorite musical artists. I mean, I love Coldplay, I love Billy Joel. I would love to be able to play Piano Man. If I could do that, even just at a Christmas party, I think I would be so happy with myself. So, I mean, and once you do one, I mean, like you said, it's so addicting. So what else can I do? I could do something harder. I could do something I know. I could do something other people know. I could be impressive. Who knows? I mean, it's really exciting. To be honest, I feel like you said, people need to, seeing is believing with this. It's so unreal, and you can't describe it. Just like I can't even find the words to describe it. Somebody has to see it, and then they have to sit down and do it, and then they'll know. It's indescribable. There's nothing else out there like it. The closest thing, like I said, is Guitar Hero, but you don't learn how to play guitar. I mean, you learn how to hit the colored notes, and that's it. And it gets faster and more challenging, I guess. But like you said, with this, you play a real piano, and you might even get a real girlfriend. I mean.